Welcome back, everyone. We are up to the semi-finals of the upper bracket for the FXOpen Invitational. We are in Game 2 between ROOTqxc and FXOsheth. QXC currently up 1-0. It is going to be on Scrap Station as the loser picks the next map. I'm unstable, joined here by Banshee, and we are going to see a pretty good game so far. We've seen some great games by Sheth, but unfortunately this is the first time we've been able to actually cover QXC. Wait, you all in me last game. Okay. Don't know what's going on there. I'm assuming it's something to do with game 1.
Yeah, it was scrap session though this game, so obviously Zerg have kind of got a bit of an advantage early game with sort of, unless you sort of proxy barracks and stuff, it's hard to put pressure on a Zerg player, but still, drops and stuff can come in late games, so it'd be interesting to see what QXC can do to use this map to his advantage.
Yeah, QXC does love his drop play, so that's definitely going to be a big factor in this match.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, early game you can power drones pretty safely as well, so, trying to pull back that advantage is kind of difficult sometimes, but, I mean, these are both pretty damn good players, so they've got a lot of practice. So they've probably got ideas on what they can do on this map to make it work for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised to see a hatch first coming out from Sheth, but he has shown a lot of restraint in the games so far today, where he's actually kept himself in with the pool first, just to be safe. As the banter has again done coming from these guys, but it's alright. So we do have that barracks coming out for QXC at the front. The playstyles I've seen from QXC on this map is a lot of drop play, a lot of Banshee play, and I think it's going to come down to if Sheth can stop any of the
Yeah. Although we have QXC just sort of blocking the expansion here, so he tried to go expansion first, but bang, engineering bay there, so denies that, throws off his play a little bit there.
Yeah, that's alright, but we do have that engineering bay at the natural here for QXC. He's definitely going to slow down that expansion for Sheth. The spawning pool did go down about 20 seconds ago, though, so we'll be able to deal with that. So we do have QXC coming. I think he wants to try and repair this, continue building this engineering bay, keep it alive as long as possible, which is definitely going to frustrate Sheth. And oh, unluckily, the pathing of that SCV ran him straight into the hands of the drones, but still, he did delay that a lot longer than it originally was up. But
yeah, seeing another SCV as well, whether that's to scout or actually maybe intending to deny it again, not sure, but we'll have to wait and see what he does with this one.
Yeah, definitely. We do have gas coming up for him now, and he doesn't have enough minerals to actually throw down that expansion yet, so I'm assuming it's going to go down as soon as he does. There we go. Straight down now, as QXC still only just has that one Rax. He's trying to get rid of these overlords to stop the scouting by Sheth, keep him in the dark as long as possible. He's getting that second supply depot at the front. It's very frustrating for Terran to actually wall off on this ramp, as it is a fairly large one. But it's all good, as we do have a factory going down to complete the wall off, so we might be seeing some tech coming out. As he's pulling off 3 Marines to be aggressive early to keep the drone count of Chef down. I like this decision.
Yeah, he's going out to save his SCV now. It's going to be pretty close if he can get it or not. Loses it and, yep, doesn't lose any lings for his effort there. So a little gain there for Sheth, but not that big a deal in this game. Wouldn't be surprised seeing a 1-1 build, though, from QXC, getting the medivacs fairly quickly so he can start his drop play, which he's pretty famous for.
But yeah, so that's alright. We're going to see that factory finish. I want to see whether he gets the reactor on it or the tech lab, unless he goes straight for... No, here comes a Hellion and a starport as well. But that's alright.
Yeah, this is looking a lot like his drop play. I mean, I'll probably get corrected here when he adds on a tech lab or something soon, but in fact, there's a tech lab on the barracks, so maybe you want to swap that over the starport? I'm not sure. Yeah, but Zerg now getting a Roach Warren, so maybe just getting that sort of fight of Hellions early on, something like that, not sure.
There we go. So we do have the Roach Warren coming out down for Sheth. He's going to be able to repel this Hellion pretty easily once he does. But these wings are going to delay QXC in his push here. 4 Marines and a Hellion are definitely going to be a thorn in Sheth's side, as he is getting 10 more lings on the way. Link speed should be done by the time the Hellion gets here. There's about 20 seconds left on link speed. The Roach Warren's done. 12 lings in production, though. No actual roaches yet.
Yeah, Roach
Link
One
speed.
just really finished. He's going to
Link
try and
speed's
use links
finished
here.
now, but there we go. Nice surround on those Marines, but he really wants to get that Hellion, because he's doing a lot of damage to it, but they're just single filing behind the Hellion. A second one coming in to help out with that. Cloak Banshee's on the way here for QXC as well. We saw this exact same build versus Moonglade in the Pan Pacific Championship, which was very, very effective. We got more Hellions coming out. And we don't have a lair yet coming in from Sheth. This could be very dangerous as the cloak is coming fairly quickly. He really needs to get that lair as soon as possible to be able to deal with this.
Those Hellions, though, have just forced 6 Roaches out, and that's a lot of gas to be throwing in there. That could be his lair right there, but instead, he's being forced to deal with this. His micro is really good in that speedlings aren't enough to counter it. He's got the Roaches out now, and Hellions are getting chased away.
Yeah, he does see that Banshee coming across now, as we hopefully see either a lair or a Evo chamber. There's the Evo chamber, so he's definitely going to be able to throw down a Spore Crawler as fast as he possibly can. It's going to come down to whether he can get it up in time, though, as we do have... Looks like Sheth is going to try and... Oh, he did jump a couple of links up that supply depot to get a look at that tech scout. He does have a lot of roaches, 5 roaches on the way up here, as we do have that bunker going down. If he can snipe the SCV building that bunker, no, he doesn't. Doesn't have the time to. He's going to work on these supply depots at the front.
Meanwhile, over in his own base, though, this Cloak Banshee is just completely destroying everything. There's no scouting up there at all, but obviously the action is at QXC's base, and I think he might be able to hold this with that Banshee there doing damage.
Yeah, definitely. He will be able to snipe that bunker, though, as it does go down. The tank is now out, going to be forcing Chef to pull back, but we do have those Banshees in the main there. They're now picking on the Queens. They are out of vision of this Spore Crawler, so Chef's going to try and get those Queens back in there. We do have a Spore Crawler coming up at the front, as well as his lair is now just started. But if we have a look, Chef might lose an Overlord here, as it's parked in the middle of the main base. So that will put him in a hurt, as we do see that expansion go down for... Oh, wow. I thought the expansion was going to go down for QXC, but a bit of AI bugging. And these Banshees still causing a lot of havoc for Sheth.
Yeah, they're starting to get low on energy now. Once they run out, obviously, there are enough Queens to deal with it quite easily. But the Spore Crawler placement is just great. There's really not much damage they can do. I mean, they can try and hit the Evo Chamber and the Roach Horn, but that's not going to do anything in the long run. Just a little bit of damage. And that Banshee has run out of energy, and it looks like it's going to escape.
Somehow, though, Sheth is 35 drones to 27 probes, and he's pretty much thwarted this stuff pretty damn easily. We do have that second gas going up. His lair's almost finished. He's held off these Banshees and Hellions fairly effectively. His creep is now starting to go.
Yeah, I thought he'd take a lot more damage than that, to be honest with you. Like, Cloak Banshees with no detection for a long time, and came out of that pretty good.
Yeah, and he's now getting some Hydras to help deal with these Banshees as well, but I think we might see a push out coming from QXC a little bit earlier than Sheth would be expecting, because this is definitely a dangerous army here. We do have siege research on the way for QXC. As long as Sheth can stop him getting in position to do damage or to siege up. Oh, he's a bit of it out of position with that Banshee, and this Banshee is probably going to drop. Oh, that's very close to dropping, but he will be having a hard time. As long as he can stop these tanks getting sieged in the wrong positions for him, he should be okay. But it's going to be hard for him to defend this push coming up, I think, with just Queens. And pretty much that's all he's got at the moment.
I love how he's kept his Banshees alive as well. I mean, they do so much damage. You throw them in with this army, and all of a sudden, the Marine tank's scary, but throwing Banshees, and it's just even scarier. So we'll see what kind of damage he is pushing out here. It's going to depend on where he sets up and starts pushing from. Because if a Zerg can catch him in the open, he could be in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, we do have lots of Hydras coming in, but they will be very hard to deal with these tanks as well. There's a lot of Queens there. Whoa, looks like this Queen might get sniped. No, pulls it back just in time. And we do have that Overseer seeing a lot of stuff that's going on, but this Hellion is still in the mix there. We do have Hydras coming in. We do have missile attacks, lots and lots of Hydras coming in. He will be able to see this Hellion on the creep now, and he looks like he's pushing out. Doesn't want QXC to get in position. And the Marines at the front, they might catch this tank out of position, actually. Wow. One Queen does go down. Here come the Cloak Banshees. The Overseer is there. Looks like, I think Sheth is committing himself with these Hydras, trying to take out that tank. It is down to 17 health. We do have more Hydras on the way here for Sheth, though. If we have a look, he is back down to 2 Queens. More Hydras on the way. They do drop 2 of the Banshees, but they still have those tanks to deal with. And nicely done by Sheth, using those links to help deal with the tank. And there is still 2 Banshees to deal with, but the tank will drop fairly quickly now. And he's actually playing extremely well.
I have no idea how he held that, to be honest with you. Like, I'm seeing this army leave the base, Banshees, Marines, tanks, and he just deals with like Hydra Ling.